A friend of mine is struggling to eat enough protein, so I made this video to showcase some awesome protein foods widely available here in Germany. So we're going to start off at Rewe. You could also do a large Edeka or a Hit Ulrich or even Kaufland, but we're going to need a place that has pretty good selection. Go to the bread aisle and check out this awesome protein bread. It looks just like white bread, but I'm telling you, it looks and tastes like it. It's cheap too, but it packs a serious protein punch. So I'm so grateful for this invention. Whatever scientists came up with this deserve a Nobel Prize, but this is life-changing. I literally ran a marathon fueled by this. Now you have the Harry's Eiweißbrot, which is slightly higher protein content, but the benefit is it's available everywhere, even at the discounters like Lidl and whatnot. If you're lucky, you might find these protein wraps, which for some reason they only have a B Nutri-Score, but it's nice to make your wraps even more protein heftig. So next we're going to go to the dairy area, wherever they have the yogurt. Now, a lot of online tutorials are going to tell you about Greek yogurt, but Greek yogurt is, well, it's expensive and it's not even nearly as protein heftig as this stuff Skyr. Skyr is it's like Greek yogurt on steroids, and it's Icelandic, so it's like Viking yogurt, if you will. And for some reason, it's shockingly cheap. The texture is really nice, so you can use it as a sour cream substitute on wraps, for example, and you can make parfaits with this, with some frozen berries and some oats. This stuff is a game changer. And I know a lot of German bodybuilders are going to recommend you eat Quark, which is it's almost as much protein. It might even be more protein, but it tastes disgusting. It's low fat and it's disgusting. And if you're a friend of mine, never put Quark in front of me, because I would never do the same to you. So now we're going to go to wherever they keep the puddings, which should be nearby. And there's this awesome pudding that I need you to know about. The brand name is called Ehrman's, and it's available a lot of places. But then again, almost every store has their own off-brand of it, where you can get vanilla and chocolate. And if you're lucky, even hazelnut. This stuff is less than €1. It has 20 grams of protein. And it is a little processed, so I don't eat it all the time, because honestly, I could eat this forever. But if I'm out and about in the city doing sports and I need some post-workout protein fast, I can just pop into a Rewe, grab this, have a banana, and I'm ready to go. Carbs, protein, taken care of. So you might think that ice cream is out of the question, but I'm happy to say that's not the case. This Ehrman's vanilla, it's available a lot of places. It's a good deal, and it has a lot of protein, and it just tastes awesome. It's pretty low calorie. It is low sugar, so it's just really heartwarming to know that protein is an option. And if you're at Rewe or Hits or one of the ones that sells Rewe branded stuff, they also just recently started selling these tubs, which has 29 grams of protein. I'm not suggesting you eat the whole tub in one go, but if you do, hey, it's 29 grams of protein. And now for veggies. We want veggies that have a lot of protein in them too. Broccoli is my go-to. I love this stuff. It's honestly shockingly easy to eat 1 kilogram in one day. And if you do, that's about 40 grams, more than 40 grams of protein in this little bag of broccoli. So that is something that I need you to integrate into your life if you aren't already. And the highest protein to calorie ratio out there is probably mushrooms. You gotta make sure you get a brand that's high in Eiweiß or protein. But when you compare this to the calories, it's a lot. And these boil down to nothing, so you can prepare a bunch and have them with eggs and you're good to go. So the next stop we're going to is DM. You know, the place where you get your 50-cent body wash. You probably never thought of this as a grocery store, but they have a lot of really good non-perishable things that are just good to have in your pantry. And I'm going to have you eating like a yoga mom on a student budget. So the first thing I need you to see is this soja schnitzel or soy schnitzel, soja hack. There's no English equivalent for this outside of Germany. You'll never find it, but it has insane protein stats. It's staggering, and it's really easy to make. You just add water. And then we have the tofu, the smoked tofu, and the Mandel tofu. They taste really good, and they taste good in a pan, and honestly, the sky's the limit for how fancy you want to get with your tofu. And then we also have these vegan sausages, which taste amazing, and they're so easy to cook, and they have shocking amounts of protein. Next up, we have the alternative pasta. My favorite alt pasta is this Kichererbsen or chickpea pasta. It has 22 grams of protein per 100 grams. That's insane. So I pretty much eat this instead of normal pasta all the time. And if you want maximum protein, you can go for the red lentil, but the texture isn't for me. But it really is the king of the protein heftig alt pasta. Now, while we're at DM, I just got to give an honorable mention to the peanut butter, because their peanut butter is pure. Almost all the other places have weird additives, but this peanut butter is pure, cheap, and honestly, it's hard to come by. So if it's ever in stock, I suggest you stock up while you're here. Now let's talk about the basics. Soy milk has less sugar in it than animal milk, so I recommend you stock up here. The soy milk from DM, it's cheap, it tastes good. Sometimes if it's not sold out, they have some including calcium, and that's a must. And now let's talk about, now that we're talking about the basics, let's talk about oats. Oats are a carb, but they actually have a ton of protein in them. And evidently, it's only €1 for the organic oats over at DM. So there's no reason not to stock up while you're here. Oats are amazing, and I could talk to you for ages about how to make your oats awesome. But let's get into that a little more in a second. And while we're talking about special diets, like unless you're in perfect shape, hunger might be working against you. And this stuff, flösamskällen or psyllium husk powder, you can add it to your oats to make them bigger, and it also helps reduce hunger. So now let's go to the protein aisle. These protein bars, they're a little more processed than I go for on a day-to-day basis, but if you're doing sports, it is pretty amazing to find one of these in the bottom of your backpack. And they also have these crazy scientific creations like this high protein milk. It's not exactly cheap, but you know, I did have a phase where I was making high protein lattes, and it can be fun. And you might be thinking, Jamie, shouldn't I get my protein powder here? Absolutely not. Do not get protein powder from DM. Get Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard Protein. It's the best seller in the world for a reason. It's not the cheapest, it's not the most expensive, but it is the best. And your quality of life will skyrocket if you get the vanilla. For that, you can mix it into your oats with berries, or you can make protein pancakes. I might release a video about that soon. And also, the chocolate peanut butter flavor has been a game changer for me. On the days when I don't really feel like doing sports, that's what gets me out the door. By now, you know where to get all kinds of amazing German, vegetarian, high-protein foods. If you want to know exactly how much to eat, though, that's something I really wish you would talk to a nutritionist for. It's most likely covered by your insurance, and it's life-changing. I can speak for myself. When I started seeing my nutritionist, Nick Wall Nutrition, I love you, my sports performance exploded because I was avoiding fats and carbs, and it turns out that they're a big part of your performance. So with his help, in about a month, I ran my first successful marathon, fueled by clean foods like bananas and oats and all that good stuff. So I am begging you, please just see a nutritionist. It's really doable, and it's the best investment of your life. I hope you liked that. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and like and do all that great stuff to help get this video in front of more awesome people like you. Happy gains. Oh, and one more thing. If I forgot any types of great protein sources that you know about, let me know down below in the comments. That's all for now. See you in the next one.